Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited that you're here. It is March 1st. And in case you are seeing this live right now for the first time, there's a little ticker at the bottom of the screen. If you haven't registered yet, head on over to crushitoncamerachallenge.com. I want to make sure. Perfect. I want to make sure that the volume is working. So, welcome. Today is day number 1 of Crush It on Camera with Confidence Challenge. Now, you're probably thinking, why in the world is this challenge even happening? And here's the deal. I believe that many women, especially, because this is really focused around female entrepreneurs who run their own business. So often I keep hearing women say, I know I should be on camera, but I don't know what to say. And I don't think I look good and I don't have the right equipment and blah, 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 blah. And the list goes on and on and on. And so that's why you're here. I have been shooting videos for literally the last 8 years. I forced myself into understanding how to show up with conviction, how to show up with confidence, and most importantly, how to edit, because editing is like one of the keys to this whole mix of things. And so that's why you're here. You want to learn how to flip your fear on all those excuses and all those BS lies, and you want to show up with confidence on camera. So you're in the right place. My name is Melissa Mackey, and before we begin, I am going to add my screen. So I want to make sure, number 1, let's just go over here. And I want to make sure that we are showing up. Okay, is this on? Okay, perfect. So here we are. We're in the Crush It on Camera Challenge Facebook group. Now, a few things to note here is every day at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, you will see this. I'm going live using StreamYard. It's really important that you click this button and allow StreamYard to see your comments, because if you have comments as we're going through the material, type it in the chat and then I can see who's asking the question so I can direct it to you specifically. Number 2, this is the group that everything is going to take part in here. So after the training each day, you will see on the left-hand side post topics, and there should be units. Every day, there'll be units. So for day 1, for the homework, you will find it on the units section. Okay, I see. Perfect. I see comments coming in. Awesome. So every day where you will find the homework on the left-hand side under the units. And so day 1, it'll say day 1, day 2, etc. Okay, so StreamYard, finding the homework is on the left-hand side under the units. And then the Zoom. We have, if you upgraded your ticket to the VIP, we are doing our VIP Zoom directly after each training session each day. So I want to let you know that we're going to take a 15-minute break just so we can, grab a glass of water or a small snack. And so every day, 15-minute break after the live training, and then we will meet on Zoom for the VIP business owners. Okay, so let's see, go over Facebook, talk about the Zoom, StreamYard. So who is excited? Type in the comments below. I want to actually hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? And what excites you about this showing up on camera with confidence challenge? What excites you? So type it in the comments below. And okay, so here we go. Lynn, let's get you approved while we're here. Okay, so I'm going to close out this. Now let's get on with the show. So here we are, crush it on camera and go live with confidence, presented by Travel Chicks and Ignite Me Now. I want to make sure these screens are showing up for you. Perfect. So what are we going to cover? Here is an outline, which might change from day to day, depending on what you guys need. So day one, we are going to talk about everything to do with the foundation of video, the types of video content, your story, and most importantly, your who. We'll get into details today. And day number two, what tools do you use? What lighting? The video essentials, determining your goals. Like there's specific goals that you need to determine. What is it that you want to accomplish in your business? And how can we attain that using the power of video? Day number three is where we're going to dive into beginning to create your own video titles and topics. And it's a structure. You're going to be given templates to use. And we're going to build your YouTube channel. We're going to walk step by step through how to start your own YouTube channel. Because let me tell you, YouTube is a very underutilized tool for so many business owners, and it's free traffic, organic, which means you spend $0 in ads. Okay. Day number three, we're also going to talk about determining your pain or problem that you are solving for your who. Day number four, we're going to talk about repurposing content, how to do it, and how to schedule it in social media. And then we're also going to talk about different topics, titles, and discuss them. Day number five, we're going to wrap everything up in a nice little, perfect little bow, and you'll be set to really show up every single day, having a blast, having fun, and not seeing this as work. Like overwhelming. Okay. So here we go. Number one, I want you to remove all distractions. I really want, just like the emails that I've sent out, I really want your focused attention. Because here's the deal. We all know there's millions of trainings going on in the world right now. And you chose to be here for a very specific reason. So shut your cell phone off, shut your phones off. Just be here for the, next half hour, 45 minutes, and focus. Why? Because you deserve this. You deserve to give yourself the gift of 10xing your business, of really understanding the bits and pieces of what it takes to show up confidently on video. And I know it's very easy to want to check your email and do all these things, but I'm just asking for your undivided attention, because here's the truth. I spend lots of time putting these together for you. Why? Because I actually care about witnessing my clients succeed and have fun doing it. And then not only those two components, but making the massive impact that they want to make on this planet. And one of the fastest ways to do this is video, my friends. So who the heck am I? If we have never met before, my name is Melissa Mackey. I've been a proud business owner for the last 11 years. I first started as a digital entrepreneur. I started my travel company 11 years ago, and I was thrown into the world of entrepreneurship, not knowing how to generate business, how to generate leads, how to, cold call, how to do everything on my own. And I was home-based, digital. I was inside my own house. I didn't have any training. And so over the last 11, 12 years, I've literally had to teach myself. I've self-taught many things, but of course I've hired mentors along the way. And marketing, I'm a marketing and coaching. I've had a marketing and coaching business for the last 8 years. And like I said, I have had to learn a lot of inside depths of marketing, because this is not what they taught me in business school. And so the way that marketing is done now is nowhere near what I learned in school almost 20 years ago. And so I've had to push myself out of my comfort zone, do things I thought I could never do, But let me tell you, every time you get outside your comfort zone, you grow and you grow and you grow. And it's wild. And so in the last 6 years, I have actually produced events for entrepreneurs, primarily women entrepreneurs, and I've closed rooms of up to 500 people. And I've done conferences, live events, masterminds, retreats, online trainings, which tally up to almost 500, which is crazy. Like it just blows my mind. And so, why am I sharing all this with you? Because I want to give you a basis of the background that I'm coming from. I'm not just pulling up a whole bunch of stats and stuff on the internet. I actually apply what I teach. Not only that, all my clients apply what I teach them. And the ones that succeed are the ones that never give up, the ones that have the perseverance, the dedication, and most of all, the sacrifice to say no to the things that are not serving them or their business. And so, my invitation to you for the next 5 days is to fully commit. Fully commit. Your business you got into, we're going to get into this a little bit later today, but you got into your business for a reason. And there are so many people that you could be helping online, which for many of us, especially if we've come from a brick and mortar business, it's hard to wrap our head around how we can make this impact online effortlessly. Okay. So, and then most importantly, I'm a mom. This is my little daughter. Her name is Patience Grace. That was a beautiful trip we just took to Mexico not long ago. And at the end of the day, I am a mom first and then everything else. And so in order for me to be the best mom, I got to fill my cup up. And doing events like this fills my cup up. So here we go. Video marketing 101. I actually came across this video and I want to share it with you. I want to make sure that we can hear. So here we go. Video marketing 101. I actually came across this video. I want to share it with you. I thought this video was phenomenal. I Okay, let's test this. I'm seeing you said phenomenal and clicked on the PowerPoint. Ah, just tried closing out and re-entering the live. Let's see. Can you hear me? Test, test, test. Test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Let's see. Good, good. I can hear you. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Okay. Well, let's try this again. Okay. Share screen. Okay. So, where did we leave off? Did you guys hear did you see the video? Let's see. Yes, we can hear you now. Oh man, I gotta love technology. Okay, so let's try this again. Application window. We're going to do the PowerPoints. Can hear you now. Yes! Win! Win for the day. Okay, I'm going to remove myself. And let's see. Remove this. And okay, you know what? I think it's because I removed myself. Add to stream. Okay. Can you guys, right after the video and then no sound? Okay. Right now, can you type in the comments if you can hear me and you can see the slide? Let's go. Good to go. Awesome. Ooh, boy. All right. So, good to go. Okay. Perfect. So, statistics that matter. So here we go. The audience that was interviewed for these questions was consumers and video. Okay. Excuse me. 96% of people have watched an explainer video to learn more about a product or service. 84% of people say that they've been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a brand's video. 79% of people say they've been convinced to buy or download a piece of software or app by watching a video. So here's this. When asked how they'd most like to learn about a product or service, 69% say they'd prefer to watch a short video. This compares to 18% who'd rather read a text-based article, website, or post. Okay? So let's talk about the types of videos and percentages, okay? The most commonly created types of videos are, number one, explainer videos. So I am sure that you have gone to Google saying how to change oil in car. I mean, not that specific thing, but I guarantee there's been at least one time in your life where you went to Google and asked how to. These are called explainer videos. How to do something. Makeup, huge, huge multi-billion-dollar industry. Skincare, huge multi-billion-dollar industry. Hair, like there's so many industries that are multi-billion, million-dollar companies. And guess what they're doing? Simple, 1, 2, or 3 minute videos teaching people how to put on mascara, how to put on lipstick, how to, wash your face with a toner. I know you guys, this may seem so elementary to you, but I'm telling you, this is what sells. This is what generates leads organically for free with $0 ad spend. And you'll see why and how later on in this week when we start getting into YouTube and using the power of keywords. And it's just amazing. So that's how-to videos, explainer videos. Number 2 is social media videos. So those are videos like this. You're watching this video live on social media. So right now, this is also being streamed live to YouTube as well as a business page. Why? Because at one time, I'm doing the video right now and it's being streamed to all these different locations. Why does that matter? Well, because on every different location, there is different audiences hanging out. presentation videos. So that's kind of like what this is, where I'm presenting you material. So presentation videos are like putting a PowerPoint presentation together, which, by the way, you know what's so incredible? Canva is a free graphic tool. Canva just released that you can create custom slideshows using video, and it's free. Okay. Sales videos are essentially what they say, sales videos, selling your product or service, and then video ads. So you're actually paying for ads using video. So what are the different types? Well, we kind of just went over these. Let me hear in the comments below what you think you would feel most comfortable doing or focusing on. What type of video? So again, presentation is teaching, a course. And it doesn't need to have a certain timestamp on it. It's just simply presenting material in a course or school curriculum-like setting. Ads, those are paid advertisements using the power of video. Now, social proof is another type of video that you could be using to share your product or service in a testimonial type fashion. So that's like social proof. Oh, I took Melissa's training and this is XYZ happened in my business. And, I used so-and-so's product on my face and I can't even believe how great it feels. Social proof is like the testimonials. Explainers, we've already talked about explaining how to do something. Short. It's usually short, precise, and to the point. To be honest, probably both social media, explainer. Cool. Awesome. Sales videos. Now, we're going to get into this a little bit today, but we're going to dive deeper into this tomorrow and Thursday. But when I went to school for marketing, which was like 20 years ago, I know I was like 5 years old, I learned all this stuff about marketing. And it was coming from a place of wanting to push my product or service on people. And nowadays, that is not how marketing is done. You know how it's done? It's done through client attraction. So it's actually called attraction marketing. That's the new phrase for how to market these days. It's not about pushing your product. It's about attracting the right people so they come to you. Okay. Infographics is simply, showing different information through the form of graphics. Now, here's one that wasn't stated on the statistics that I had done some research on. Interviews. I can tell you right now, one of my students from my last mastermind that I just did, she has started doing videos with side-by-side interviews. So she is interviewing experts in her industry. Guess what? Every single video she's done, which she's doing once a week, every single video has averaged about 500 to 800 views per week. That is 500 to 800 views more than if she wasn't doing anything. And not only that, it's helping her get outside of her comfort zone. It's helping her show up consistently on social media. And in turn, her confidence is being boosted every time she does these interviews. And I know every single one of you who is listening right now or watching the replay, you have the ability to do this too. Tomorrow, I will show you how you can do this for free. And let me tell you this, 5 years ago, I started doing interviews, not video, but I started doing interviews for a radio show I had based out of New York. And every single time I felt more and more confident. I felt because I was asking the same questions, it helped me get into a rhythm. And it was, it was like the start of me showing up with my face on social media, because I would post, these interviews would be posted. It wasn't videos, but it turned into videos later on. Why? Because I started interviewing on my live show face to face. So interviews are a powerful type of video that you could be doing right now. Commit to yourself once a week, do the recording, and then share it on your social media, repurpose the content. And I can tell you, it's going to flip your fear and help you boost that confidence that you really need to go live, because it just feels like you're talking to a friend after a while. So here's the big thing, bit like today's Clubhouse. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I found myself on Clubhouse back in January, and I was spending a lot of time on Clubhouse. And I got to say, it actually distracted me. It distracted me a lot because I found myself in the same conversations in the same Clubhouse rooms. Don't get me wrong, it can be used very wisely, just like what you learn in this video challenge this week. If you use Clubhouse intentionally, it probably could help boost your business. But I would just be a little bit careful. So before we begin creating content, video content, we must decide on who our ideal client is. And I know many of you, including myself, almost feel like you want to shoot yourself in the head because it's like, oh, not this ideal client stuff again, right? Well, it's really, really important because our who, which is our ideal client, our dream client that we want to work with, it truly has to be so niched down that it almost feels awkward. And this was confirmed for me in a mentorship class that I was taking in January. Our leader, he was like, look, guys, you really need to niche down so much so that it feels like you may not even have an audience. But the more that you can niche down, and I know this to be true because in our travel business 5 years ago, we really niched down. We created 3 dream clients, and each dream client was a different age. Why? Because you don't talk the same way to a 30-year-old female as you do to a 45-year-old female who's married and has kids and has a career. And you don't talk the same to a 70-year-old lady who is, maybe divorced. She's on her own. She's adventurous. Like all of these different clients, you talk differently too. You cannot be using the same marketing language for one whole, I find a lot of women, they say, oh, I help women. Cool. What kind of women? Oh, career professionals. Oh, well, that's nice. But if you're not focused, so if you do not niche right down, you're really serving nobody. And it's important. I don't care what you do for a business. It's so important to get your ideal client down and you know her like the back of your hand. Okay. It's really, really important. And here's the thing. Biggest mistake business owners make is this. They lack clarity on who it is they're serving. They fear that if they focus too narrow on their who, they're going to miss out on all this business. And the exact opposite is true. And I know for myself, when I took marketing in business school almost 20 years ago, this contradicts everything that I learned because back in marketing school, I was taught, what is the demographics of the clients that you're going to be serving? And it wasn't really focusing on the psychographics. And psychographics is like getting deep into what do they like to do? What is the biggest pain they're experiencing? Where do they live? Are they married? Like it's the psychographics is actually getting really deep into understanding who it is you serve. Okay. And, back in the day, many marketers were doing this push marketing. So it's like pushing their products on people instead of attracting in who it is they want to serve. And the only way that you can do this is by niching down so narrow and so fine-tuned that it feels kind of awkward. But this is the key. This is the key. Okay. So if we look at the foundation, everything is based around your why. Why? And here's the thing. Most of the time, the reason why we're doing business or we're in the business that we're in is because we are our own ideal or dream client. So that makes it a lot easier when you figure out what was the problem that I was having before I experienced this breakthrough or this transformation. Okay. So your why is at the base of anything. And if you haven't seen the video by Simon Sinek on YouTube, start with your why. Go and watch it. I watch it several times a year because it just reminds me, oh, yeah, this is why I got into what I'm doing. It's not about, creating this massive following. It's not about having the most likes. It's not about having the most comments. It's about creating so much value that people just flock to you because you're so clear on who it is you're speaking to. And you're not out there pushing your stuff on people. And I see it. I see it so much on social media. Hey, look at this brand new product I have. There's not really any call to action. I don't see a lot of engagement. It's because you're not providing value and all you're doing is pushing your stuff on people. And so today, this is foundational. We need to start with your why. And this is actually going to be a piece of the homework. Okay. So I want you today or tonight, because I know some people are in the UK, so it's already nighttime. After we're done our training today, I want you to close your eyes, put on some peaceful music, and just relish in why you are doing what you're doing. And I want you to get your notebook out and write whatever comes to your mind. Because I was feeling hurt. Maybe you're in the business of, helping divorced women get through the tough times. Maybe you're in the skincare business. Maybe you're in the travel business. Like, what was it that got you involved in what you're doing? And write everything out that comes to mind. Okay. Because your why is what's going to be communicated in every single piece of content that you provide. I'm telling you, that this in itself is a game changer because people buy from those they know, like, and trust. And so if they don't even know your why do you love serving who you serve? It's really hard for people to want to engage with what you're putting out. So number one, we start with our who, okay? First your why, and then when it comes to business, your who. Who is that dream client? Who is that niche of people that we are serving? Who is that person? Put a name on her or him. And here's the biggest thing. I think it's in the next slide. You have to decide. You simply have to decide. So many people are like, well, I think I want to serve this person. And then I think I want to serve, maybe it's this person. Simply have to. But I'm telling you right now, my nickname is Melissa the Motivator, and I am igniting a fire under your butt to say, let's go. Stop the heeing and hawing on, I don't know, I want to serve these people, but maybe it's this. Stop right now. Light that fire under your butt today. And decide who it is you're going to serve. And guess what? This can change, but just decide on someone of who you're serving. Because if you stay in that place of indecision, it's then going to create a downward spiral full of stress, anxiety, overwhelm. And guess what? You're not going to do anything. You're not going to start showing up on your Facebook lives. You're not going to want to interview people because you're not very clear on who it is you serve. Okay. So we're not going to get into the other two today, but so you can see the foundational piece. It starts with your why in the middle, and then who it is you serve. Number two is the what. What is it that you're actually offering? And then what problem or solution are you helping these people solve? And then that leads into the words that we are using to speak the language of our who. Okay. So it's pretty powerful. So let's talk about your why. Why did you start doing what you're doing? Again, to reinforce this, typically you are your ideal client. Okay. How connected are you to your who? And if you've never done something like this before, just start today. If you're brand new in business, just think about inside your mind, who would I love to wake up and serve every single day? And create that image inside your mind. And on the homework sheets that I have for you, which will be posted after the training today, and they'll also be sent out in email, I want you to complete the homework, okay? And it's time. it's time to get really clear on who it is you serve. Because the example I gave before, you cannot serve women age 35 to 70. You can, but you have 2, 3 ideal clients in that 35 to 70 age range, because every single woman you're going to speak differently to. What are their problems? What did they want? What do they want to avoid at all costs? So this is why when you get off this Facebook Live today and you close your eyes and you think about why am I doing what I'm doing? And I want to say this, it's not because I want more freedom. I want more time. Like that's what everybody wants. Why do you really care so much about helping XYZ client? There's a deep, deep why inside of you. Because, just to give an example, maybe somebody is maybe somebody is a financial planner and they got into financial planning because they experienced their parents lose their entire life savings in the stock market crash in 2008. And they do not want to see anybody else's parents go through that exact same feeling, that same situation. There's always a deeper why to what we're doing. A lot of people say, oh, I want to create a really great life for my son or my daughter or my kids or my family. Yes, that is the ultimate goal. All of us want that. But let's dig deep into your heart. Why do you care so much about what it is you're doing right now? And then from there, that's how we can begin to attract those ideal clients. Okay. So today's homework is, after you've closed your eyes and then you've written down all these points on your why, I want you to go live inside this group. This is a video challenge, okay? And on Friday, at the end of the week, I will be drawing for every day of completion of homework. I will be drawing for some really sweet prizes on Friday. So you will go live inside the group and share. Just pretend you're talking to your girlfriend. Hey guys, it's Melissa here. And today I learned da 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 da. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Share us. Share you with us. We want to get to know you, and just pretend you're talking to a girlfriend. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then when you're done your video, you will find the homework on your who. Okay, so this is your dream clients. And when you've completed it, print it out, go through all the questions, write them down, and then post them under Unit 1 for day 1. And you're going to use the hashtag day1COC for Crush on Camera. And that's it. We're going to have a lot of fun this week. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. So as we wrap things up, I want to see, is there any questions that you may have? Simon Sinek, start with your why on YouTube. Yes, I believe that is what stops me from going live. In addition to the fear, it's trying to convey who my ideal client is. Yeah, I get it. I remember when I started my travel business working from home, I had no idea how to generate clients because I was used to being in a brick and mortar store. And nobody taught me how to do anything related to business. And so I had to teach myself. And the biggest thing I feared was rejection. People saying, no, we don't want it. But I want to invite you. All of us obviously have been children at one point in our lives. And when we were children, we never took no as an answer. Did we? Mom, can I have that chocolate bar? No. Mom, can I have the chocolate bar? No. And kept going and going and going. And we didn't let that no get in the way of us continuing to ask. When I travel a lot. And I remember one year I was in Cabo San Lucas and I was getting really annoyed of all the people on the beach trying to sell us something. Every single day, they will walk up to us, "Hey, ma'am, would you like to buy this hat? How about this dress? Do you need your hair braided?" And I was getting so annoyed. And then I was like, "Okay, I gotta go sit by the beach." I sat by the beach, I listened to the waves, and you know what came over me was, wow, I can actually learn something from these people who wake up every single day in plus 30-degree weather, in long sleeve shirts, long pants, and they show up and they don't take no for an answer. How many times do they get told no? But every single day, they still show up. That's perseverance. We can learn so much from others that that it just changes the perspective on everything. And so fear is a very real thing for many of us. We don't want to be rejected. We fear what we look like. We fear saying the right thing or the wrong thing. But guess what? People want humanness. People don't want to see all the perfection and all the perfect I's dotted and T's crossed. They want to see that you're real. And you know how you make it real? Just laugh at yourself, joke at yourself. This is what people want. They just want to see that we're real human beings. And look at today. The sound was off, and you just got to keep rolling with the punches. Let's see. I'd love the infographics and interviews, explainers, presentations. I think a combo explaining travel process during pandemic. Yeah. If you're in the travel business, a great video pieces that you can create is how to travel safely, how to how to get COVID testing at certain resorts. Like, there is so much stuff that can be done. And it doesn't have to feel overwhelming. You have one day, which we'll talk about later in the training this week, but you have one day where you set aside 4 hours, and in those 4 hours, you create, 5, 10, 15 videos, right? And then it doesn't feel overwhelming because you get it all done in one shot. And then each week you have a piece of content to drop on your YouTube channel. Let's see. Once you started doing videos, how long did it take to build up clientele? What do you recommend as far as goal setting, i.e., post consistently one time per week after 6 months, having a goal of 100 views per video, or set a goal for 3 months, and if it's not working, to adjust your plan? So we'll kind of, Brittany, we will kind of talk about, let me just see. We will talk about the actual strategy on day 3. I believe it's day 3 or day 4. But when I started doing videos, I had nothing set for goals when it came to clients. What I had set for myself, the very first consistent videos that I did for me, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would hold myself accountable. And the way that I did that was I did 30-day video challenges with myself, nobody else but myself. And let me tell you, it took me forever. Why? Because I would sit down, I would take my piece of paper, I would write out my script of what I'm going to say, and then I would set it next to my computer, and I had to have everything kind of perfect. And then what I found was the more that I would show up on video doing my script, I sounded like a robot, and I didn't even sound like Melissa. But that was a journey that I had to go on. And so my advice to you would be set goals for yourself. If right now you're not comfortable with video, I want to challenge each and every single one of you. Just do 7 days. I am challenging myself to showing up on Facebook Live 7 days in a row consistently. Oh my gosh. Now I can only imagine your brain is like, what am I going to talk about? What should I say? All these things. Talk about your life. Share whatever comes to your mind. Allow your intuition to guide you. I remember at the time that I first did my own personal challenge, I um I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And so at the time I was reading the book How to Influence Your Friends. Um something about how to influence it was something about how to influence your friends. I can't even think of the name. And so what did I share? I shared my takeaway from the chapter in the book I was reading. You guys, you you can share your experience at the grocery store. The other day, I had a lady say to me, because I wasn't wearing my mask, and she said, "Wow, it's so wonderful to see your beautiful smile." Do you know how amazing that is? Because there's many people walking around right now very miserable and grumpy and angry. And that little comment I can share on social media. Why? Because it made me feel good and it can inspire others to feel good too. And um, so let me go back to that question. What do you recommend as far as goal setting? So number one, I would say set a goal for yourself to show up 7 days in a row on Facebook Live and talk about whatever. Don't even talk about business. This is the thing. People think they always need to talk about business, but remember, people buy from those they like, know, and trust. So maybe today you had a super frustrating day with your kid. Why not share it? Why? Because it's natural. When you let that go and you talk about that, it's not only freeing yourself from that kind of bondage of that frustration, but you might also be helping somebody else get through their tough time that they had with their kid. Okay. I.e., post consistently 1 time per week after 6 months, having a goal of 100 views. Okay. So here's the other thing. I don't actually have the metrics of when I started building up a clientele. What I can tell you is that I have had so many personal people reach out who wanted coaching in some way, shape, or another. And I had no idea they were even paying attention to me because a lot of people do not like videos. They do not post or they don't comment. So sometimes I felt discouraged because I was like, oh my gosh, no one is even watching my stuff. But it wasn't true. So many people have their eyes. And now more than ever, everybody is online, but they don't necessarily like it. They don't comment. So you can't even tell. But the more that you start showing up consistently, once a week, 2, 3 times a week, the more that you are in people's like top of mind and news feed scrolls, and you never know what can happen. So 6 months, having a goal of 100 views per video. I wouldn't say it's really tough to have a goal of 100 views because you're not the end user. So it's hard to set that goal of 100 views. But I can tell you this. One of my ladies from my mastermind, she is brand new to video, and she is averaging between 300 to 800 views per video every single week. Okay. That's not to mention the people that she is reaching through her sharing her videos on social media groups, on different platforms, and the interviewees that she's interviewed, they're sharing it on their platform. So it's opening her wide up to brand new audiences. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Travel. What's yours? My industry is medical skincare. That's why I got to get over this. Thank you so much, Gloria. Staying engaged and consistent with interacting with your tribe will be so beneficial. Yep. Is it better to do the Facebook Live on your business or personal page? Okay, that's a great question. I'm going to actually put that up. So this is a great question. And I'm going to come from 2 different angles. I built my personal Melissa Mackey page before I started doing video on the business page because I had a larger following on my personal page. And then I would share my personal Facebook Live to my business page. But here's the downside. If you are not going live inside your Facebook business page, you cannot actually pull data on the video. Okay. So I would highly recommend maybe try both. Okay. It's really important, definitely, to be posting on your business Facebook page, because that's where you can gather the data, and you can, when the time comes, you can get ready to pull that data and use it for Facebook ads. Okay. So I would definitely say both. Because right now, especially if you are building your brand, it's really important to engage on a personal level on your Facebook personal page. And then it's really important to engage your audience on your business page. And then more so for marketing down the future. All right. So that is a wrap. Our VIP Zoom call will get underway in 15 minutes. So I would say about 12:15. 12:15 is when we'll start the Zoom call. So grab yourself some lunch. I want to hear in the comments what you took away from today. And I look forward to seeing you show up on telling us why you got into doing what you're doing and sharing that video inside the group, as well as doing the homework. Okay? See you tomorrow. And thank you so much for tuning in.